Inflationary pressures are biting into FMCG players' volume growth. Moreover, plateauing rural demand due to falling disposable seems to have hit consumption-based companies. In its Q3 business update, Marico stated that the December quarter of FY22 was characterized by slowing consumption patterns, which affected the sector as a whole. This was mainly due to continuing inflation impacting overall disposable incomes as well as rising mobility, unleashing some degree of pent-up demand for discretionary goods, services, and out-of-home consumption. According to the company, its revenue growth in the quarter was in double digits, while volumes were flat owing to the weaker consumption sentiment and a strong base. With muted volume growth across segments, the company expects overall consolidated revenue to be in low teens with lower margins on a yearly basis. The numbers cast a spell not just on Marico but highlight the turmoil faced by the entire sector. According to a Business Standard report, rural demand for fast-moving consumer goods was weak in the October-December quarter on a year-on-year basis, with sales likely down by 8 to 10%. And the trend, analysts say, may continue to haunt players for a while. For one, the current inflationary pressure is due to supply-side constraints and appears to be more stubborn than usual. Besides, resurgence of fresh virus variants and ensuing restrictions are acting as one of the stumbling blocks in normalization of supply-side issues. Considering this, analysts at Centrum Broking are equal weight on consumer goods companies. ICICI Securities, meanwhile, is neutral on the sector as companies face margin headwinds. In a sector report, the brokerage highlighted that we reckon most companies are getting distracted from their core agenda of penetration-driven growth as they worry about disruption in all facets of operations. So, given the headwinds, are FMCG investors in for a wild ride? According to analyst at Prabhudas Leeladhar, input cost scenario remains volatile for FMCG players, but margin weakness may bottom out in Q3. Besides, over 20% correction from recent highs makes select players attractive from a long-term perspective. Let's go to Suvarna Joshi, Senior Research Analyst at Axis Securities, to know more.
To ward off the inflationary pressures on profitability, companies have taken price increases in Q3 and also from the start of the calendar year 2022. And to that extent, there will be some safeguarding of margins that will be seen on a sequential basis. We do think that for H2 of FY22, it will be a story of volume, it will be a story of value realization growth as against volume growth, which drove earnings in H1 of FY22. We think that volumes could be in low to mid single digits for Q3 of FY22, just which is with the start of the earnings season that we will see. Digital is another trend which continues to be strong, and thus, in spite of inflationary pressures, the niche digital-oriented products, particularly in the beauty and personal care space or the D2C space, could see healthy demand traction. In volatile times as currently we are seeing, it is prudent for traders to hold on to their guards, while for investors, it would be good to befriend volatility and seek corrections as opportunities to build long-term portfolio. This is because we see huge growth opportunity for the FMCG space, which is expected to grow at a CAGR of 14% over the coming 5 years. Particularly to play the earnings season, we do think stocks like HUL, Dabur, ITC and Godrej Consumer Products could provide opportunities for decent returns of 5 to 7%.
Vineet Bolinchkar, Head of Research at Ventura Securities, meanwhile, believes the government's push towards capex building will support rural income over the medium term, supporting overall demand in the space.
So, one thing is very clear, that the crude oil and the edible oil prices, which had gone up through the roof, had impacted rural demand very significantly. Now, all these things are wearing off, and prices are expected to settle at much more lower levels. We expect another 20% kind of decline in the prices of palm oil. And so we believe that the discretionary spend should start improving. Direct beneficiaries are going to be the FMCG and consumption-driven stocks. Further, we have the Kharif crop, which was very good, and we are expecting to have a very good Rabi crop also. And with the government spending very, very aggressively on infrastructure, rural incomes are going to remain elevated. So the best way to play this segment would be to buy the dip.
Overall, the near-term trajectory remains choppy for FMCG players amid growth concerns. However, medium to long-term outlook remains strong on expectations of a pickup in rural income and easing commodity prices. As regards today's services PMI data, stock-specific news flow, developments around the Omicron COVID-19 variant, FII activity, and global sentiment will guide the market trajectory.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.